Paper name is the Operations Research and Optimization Technique for the MCA courses, and paper code is MCA 301. Paper name is Operations Research for the BTech courses, and the paper code is CS 505A. Today's module is linear programming problem. Today's lesson is the 7th. Lesson 7 is the simplex method. It is the continuation of the previous lecture also. Simplex cannot be completed in one lecture. It needs the more than 3 to 5 lectures. Minimum 5 to 10 lectures we need for the simplex method. We already discussed one problem in the previous classes. Today we discuss the two problems and linear programming problem with the method of simplex method. Solve the problem by using the simplex method. Linear programming problem is max z is equal to 3x1 plus twice x2 plus 5x3. Subject to the conditions or constant, we can say x1 plus twice x2 plus x3 less than equal to 430, 3x1 plus twice x3 less than equal to 460, x1 plus x2 4x2 less than equal to 420, x1 x2 x3 greater than equal to 0. That is the non-negativity conditions, and these are the three constants is given, and this is the objective function. Three variables and the three inequations is there. So what is the first step? We have to introduce all the constants are less than equal to type. So first we have to introduce the slack variables in the left hand side. That means we are adding the variables s1, s2, s3. All are greater than equal to 0 in the left hand side. Adding, we make it the inequations to the equations. By introducing the slack variables s1 greater than equal to 0, s2 greater than equal to 0, and s3 greater than equal to 0 for the constants 1, 2, and 3 respectively. Then we rewriting the given LPP as the standard form of the given LPP. We get that maximum z is equal to 3x1 plus twice x2 plus 5x3. We introduce the three variables as in the z function, 0 into s1, 0 into s2 plus 0 into s3. All are the adding. Their coefficient will be the 0 because they have no contributions in the objective function. x1 plus twice x2 plus x3 plus s1. That s1 we are added in the left hand side of the first constant. This should be equal to 0. This should not be less than equal to. This is equal to 430, this is equal to 460, and this is equal to 420. And 3x1 plus twice x3 plus s2 equal to 460. x1 plus 4x2 plus s3 is equal to 420. Where x1, x2, x3 and s1, s2, s3 all are greater than equal to 0. That means all the variables here are non-negative conditions satisfying. And after introducing the slack variables in the left hand side, all the inequations become the equations. These three, by mistake it is less than equal to 0, all will be the equal. Now this is the 6 variable and the 3 equations. In this case we are considering x1, x2, x3 equal to 0. Then we will get, so when we are considering x1, x2, x3 equal to 0, that means these are the non-basic variable, and basic variable we are getting s1 is equal to 430, s2 is equal to 460, and s3 is equal to 420. That is known as the initial basic feasible solution. That means initial basic feasible solution is s1 is equal to 430, s2 is equal to 460, and s3 is equal to 420. Now we are arranging the coefficients and coefficients of the z function, coefficients of the each variable, and right hand side in a simplex table. So now we are moved to the simplex table 1. from the standard form of the given LPP, this is the simplex table. Coefficient of the Z function is x1 coefficient is 3, x2 coefficient is 2, x3 coefficient is 5. That's why Cj is equal to 3 to 5. S1 coefficient is 0, S2 coefficient is 0, and S3 coefficient is 0. Right hand side xb equal to, for the first constant 430, second constant 460, and third constant is 420. And these are the coefficient matrix. 1 to 1. Coefficient of S1 is 1 for the first constant, and S2 and S3 is 0. 3, 0, 2. Coefficient of S1 for the constant, 2 is 0. That means for the equation 2 right now. And coefficient of S2 is 1 for the equation 2. Coefficient of S3 is 0 for the equation 2. 1, 1, 4, 3. 0, 0. 0 for the coefficient of S1, S2, 0 for the S2, and 1 for the S3 for the third equation. Now, since S1, S2, S3 is the basic variable, that's why in the basic vector is S1, S2, S3. Coefficient of S1, S2, S3 in the Z function is 0, 0, 0. That's why CB is 0, 0, 0. Now, this is the first table, simplex table 1. Now, we proceed to compute the Zj and Zj minus Cj. That we will calculate in the next table. If we done in the same table, it would not be clear to you how it is calculated. Now Zj, Z in the first table always except the big M method, or known as the artificial variable method, that we learn in the next class. Instead of the big M method, this CB in the first table 0. So in this case, Zj will be 0. What is the calculation? 0 into 1, 0 into 3, 0 into 1, and sum up we will get the 0 into this, 0 into 0, 0 into 4. Like that, this 0 CB we have to multiply it with the xi component along the vertical, and sum up with that we will get that 0 into 1, 0 into 0, 0 into. So in the first table, in the computation, or we can call it the first iteration, all Zj will be 0. So first iteration, that Z value, what is the optimum value of the Z, not the optimum value, that the intermediate value, we can call it 0 into xb, cb into xb, cb into xb. That means each component of CB multiplied with each component of the XB. After summing, we will get the 0. So in the first iteration, Z value is 0. Now, then it is improved table to table. As we move from the table 1 to the table 2, table 2 to the table 3, unless until the Zj minus Cj greater than equal to 0. So move to the next table. Cj. In this case, we are calculating the Zj. Zj is in every case with respect to the variables is 0. Now Zj minus Cj, that means 0 minus 3 is the minus 3. 0 minus 2 is minus 2, Zj minus Cj. 0 minus 5 is the minus 5. 0 minus 0, 0 minus 0 is 0, 0 minus 0 is 0. And Zj value is the sum up of this. This is the 0. This is basically the value of the Z function. After calculating the Zj minus Cj, we have to check all are the positive or not. If all Zj minus Cj is greater than equal to 0, then it is the optimum table. But in this table, in the first iteration, we found that all Zj minus Cj are not greater than equal to 0. Few are less than 0. Among the Zj minus Cj, those are less than 0. which one is the most negative. That is, the most negative is -5. Among the Zj minus Cj is -5, corresponding to the column 3. That means corresponding to the variable x3. That means x3 is the non-basic variable which is entered into the basic variable. Now we have to find out which basic variable departed from the basis, or we can call it the basic variable. So as soon as the x3 is entering in the basis, so one basic variable will be departed. That we have to find out. So that most negative, that is the -5 among the 3, -2 and -5. -5 is the most negative. So where is the -5 corresponding to the variable x3? So this is our the key column. This is our the key column. Now we have to find out the key row. Then we will get the key element. In the key row, we can find out that corresponding to the S1 is 1, corresponding to the S2 is 2, and corresponding to S3 is 0. So when we are finding the ratio with respect to the XB, that means XBI. XBI means component of that. XB1, XB2, XB3. That is, we are denoted as XBI divided by AKR. AKR is denoting the component of this. AK denoting this A3. K means the key column vector. K denoting the key column vector. R means the increasing the row. That means this is A31, this is A32, and this is A33. A33 basically the 0. So we cannot find out the ratio with respect to this. In this condition, AKR greater than equal to 0. In this, when you are finding the ratio, AKR never be the negative or 0. This ratio you can find out only for the positive entry, not for the 0 and negative entry. So 430 divided by 1, we will get 430. 460 divided by 2, we will get the 230. So this is, we cannot proceed because this is the 0. For the 0 and negative value entries, we cannot proceed to find out the ratio. Now out of this ratio, which one is the minimum? We find out that 230 is minimum among the 230 and 430. That means 230 corresponding to the S2. S2 is departing variable, and so this is our the key row. Second row is our the key row. Third column is our the key column. Intersection of second row and third column, we get 2. So 2 is our the key element. It is mentioned here that 2 is our the key element. Third column is our the key column. Second row is our the key row. How we find out? By finding the ratio. Then from the ratio, we find out the which one is the minimum corresponding to the minimum value of the ratio. We find out the key row. Intersection of the key row and key column element is known as the key element. Now for the next step, for the second row, each and every element divided by the key element. At the same time, this element converted to the unity, and all other element corresponding to that column corresponding to the key column will be 0. Rest of the element corresponding to the key column will be 0 except the key element converted to unity, because we are dividing by the key element for the key row, each and element. So this will be converted to 3 by 2. This will be 0 in the next table. This will be 1, this will be 0, this will be half, this will be 0, and this will be 230. After that, you have to calculate others element with the help of the Gauss elimination formula. That we move to the next and next slide. So whatever I discuss here, that all are given in the details in the next slide. Since there are some Zj minus Cj less than 0, the current basic feasible solution is not optimum. Since Z3 minus C3 is equal to minus 5 is the most negative, the corresponding non-basic variable x3 enters the basis. The column corresponding to the x3 is called the key column. To find the ratio minimum of xbi by akr greater than 0, minimum of 430 and 230 is equal to 230, that is corresponding to the S2. The living variable is the basic variable S2. This row is called the key row. Convert the leading element A to 3 to units and all other elements with respect to the column will be 0. That already I explained. This is the calculation. New element, that means new value for the next table will be new value is equal to old value minus corresponding element in the key column into corresponding element in the key row divided by the key element. When we are calculating the element, except the key row, in other row element we have to calculate, and except the key column element. So what is the formula? New element equal to old element. We can say new value is equal to old value minus whatever the value corresponding to this element in the key column and corresponding element in the key row, product of that and divided by the key element. So if we see A11, what is the A11 that I explained? Back to the table again. See, what will be the calculation for this and what would be the value of this? This is automatically we are calculating all the elements divided by the 2. So easily we can calculate. Now I am showing the few elements, then with the help of the formula we can calculate. This is the old value, so new value will be 1 minus corresponding value in the key column is 1. 1 into 3 corresponding element in the key row. So 3 into 2 divided by 2. So 1 minus 3 by 2. It is minus 1 minus 3 by 2. 2 minus, that means minus half. So this will be minus half. Now 2. If we calculate the 2, corresponding element in the key column, corresponding element in the key row, 1 into 0 divided by 2, 0. So it will be unaltered. Now if we calculate, this is 430. 430 minus corresponding element 1. So 1 into 460 divided by 2. So 430 minus 230. That will be the 200. Corresponding element of 430 in the key column is 1. Corresponding element of 430 in the key row is 460. So 1 into 460 divided by 2. That should be minus from the 430. So 430 minus 230 equal to 200. So this value will be 200. 420. Now corresponding to the 420, what is the value in the key column? 0. 0 into this. So this will be unaltered. Now take the any other element. 4. Corresponding value in the key column is 0. This is both are the 0, 0 by 0. This will be the unaltered. So in this way we have to calculate this. After calculating, see 1 minus, this is minus of 2 minus 1 into 0, this is unaltered, this 2 is calculated. So I explained here, so each and every element we have to calculate and we will get the next iterative table to iteration for the next table and computation. First we have to check this table is the optimum table or not. If it is not optimum, then we have to move to the next table. So these are the elements after the computation we got. First we have to calculate the ZJ. First we have to calculate the ZJ. Then we need to calculate the ZJ minus CJ. After that, find out which one is the most negative. That would be our key column. After that, we have to find out the ratio. From that, we have to find out the minimum ratio. That would be our key row. Then we will get the key element. See, minus of, so 0 into, and x3 is the entering variable. This is entered into the basis, and S2 departed from the basis. So new x3 is entered here. So what is the coefficient of x3 is here in the Z function? 5. So that should come here. That is the CB. CB means coefficient of the basic variable here. SB is the basic variable or basis variables corresponding to the basis. And these are the coefficients of the objective function, that is denoted as the CB. So 0 into half is 0, 0 into 1 is 0, only this is 5 into 3 by 2, that means 15 by 2. And 15 by 2 minus 3, what we will get after calculating? This is 9 by 2. Now for this column corresponding to the x2, we will get 0 into 2 is 0, 5 into 0 is 0, all will be the 0. So 0 minus 2 is the minus 2. Like that, we can calculate all the values. 0 into 0, 0, 0 into 1, 5 into 1, that is the 5, and 0 into 0. So 5, ZJ is 5, and 5 minus 5 is the 0, that is ZJ minus CJ. This is ZJ is 0, 0 minus 0 is 0. In this case, 5 into half, only element we will get 5 by 2. That is the 5 by 2. 5 by 2 minus 0 is equal to 5 by 2. This is 1. So in this case, this is also 0. 0 minus 0 is 0. XB we can calculate it. 0 into 200, 0. 5 into 230 is what we will get. This should not be 0. 1350. 5, 10 plus 5 into 3, 150, 10. That means 1150. This should be 1150. So it is improved in the next second iteration from 0 to the 1150. It is improved from that. This is 0, this is 10, 130, 1150. So it is improved from 0 to 1150. Now we got all the ZJ minus CJ. So from that, if we check, all ZJ minus CJ is not greater than equal to 0. So this is not the optimum table. From this table, we cannot get the optimum solution. So to get the optimum solution, what we have to do, we have to find out the most negative. That is the only one negative is there. Entity. Only one negative entity is there, ZJ minus CJ. So this minus 2 corresponding to the variable x2. So this column is the key column. So minus 2 corresponding to the variable x2. This is the key column. Now we have to find out the ratio. From that ratio, you have to find out the minimum. Since 0 is 0 entity corresponding to the variable basis variable x3, so we cannot use that for finding the ratio. Now 200 is the XB. So XB divided by 2 is equal to 100. This is ratio we cannot find out because entry is the 0, because AKR greater than 0. This is 4. So 420 divided by 4 equal to 105. If we compare 105 and 100, 105 and 100, we will get 100 is the minimum. So this is variable, which variable corresponding to this, that is the S1 is the departing variable and X2 is our the entering variable. That means non-basic variable X2 entering into the basic variable and S1 basic variable is departing from the basis. That means S1 replaced by the S2 and that 0 coefficient will be replaced by the 2 in the next table. And with the help of that, see, this is our the key row, since minimum corresponding to the first row corresponding to the S1. So this is our the key row, and intersection of key row and key column, that is our the key element. 2 is our the key element. In the next table, all the elements corresponding to the key row divided by the key element. So this will be minus 1 by 4, this will be 0, this will be half, this will be 1 by 4, this will be 0, and this will be 100. And we have to calculate this is corresponding to that. I'm showing the one calculation, 1 or 2. 230. What is the value in the corresponding key column? 0. So 0 into 200 in the key row divided by the 2, we will get the 0. That means 230 will be unchanged. New value of 420 will be 420 minus corresponding value in the key column 4, corresponding value in the key row. So 4 into 200 divided by 2, 400. That means 420 minus 400, we will get this new value will be 20. Calculation I already shown in the next table. You will get the calculation to see properly. So few calculation is there. Other calculation we have to do with the help of the Gauss elimination formula. New value is equal to old value minus corresponding element of that element, corresponding element in the key column into corresponding element in the key row, multiplied and divided by the key element. Since there are some Zj minus Cj less than 0, the current basic feasible solution is not optimum. Since Z2 minus C2 is equal to minus 2 is the most negative, the corresponding non-basic variable X2 enters the basis. The column corresponding to this X2 is called the key column. To find the ratio minimum of XBI by AKR, AKR greater than 0 equal to minimum of 100 and 105 is equal to 100, which corresponds to S1. The leaving variable is the basic variable S1. This row is called the key row. Convert the leading element A1 to 2 unit and all other elements corresponding to that A12 in the column will be 0. This is the calculation I shown here. 3 by 2 is 3 by 2, 1 minus this is 2, and see 230 will be the 230 and 420 will be the 20. That I already explained. So few calculation is here, and with the help of this formula we have to calculate the others element. This is our the new table after the calculation. So S1 is replaced by X2. Coefficient of X2 is 2, that is in the CB. So 250, X2, X3 and S3. From that we calculate first the Zj by using the multiplication formula. 2 into minus 1 by 4 plus 5 into 3 by 2 plus 0 into 2. 7. Again 2 into 1, 0, 0. So this will be the 2. So 7 minus 3 is our the 4. 2 minus 2 is 0. 5 into 1 is the 5. 5 minus 5 is 0. 5 into 0 is 0. And half into 2 is 1. So 1 minus 0 is 1. 5 into half, that means 5 by 2. And this is minus half. After that we will get, this is 2. So 2 minus 0 is the 2. In this case, all calculation as 0. 0 minus 0 is 0. Now here we are calculating 2 into 100 is 200. 5 into 230 is 1150 plus 200 is equal to 1350. So again Z value is improved from 1150 to 1350. And here all Zj minus Cj are greater than equal to 0. Few are positive and few are 0. So as all the Zj minus Cj is greater than equal to 0, this is the optimum table. What is the optimum value? 1350 is our the optimum value. And what is the optimum solution? X1 equal to 0. X1 is not here. X1 equal to 0. X2 is equal to minus 1 by 4. And X3 is equal to X2 is equal to 100. X1 equal to 0. X2 equal to 100. X3 is equal to 230. That is our the optimum solution. And optimum value is 1350. Since all Zj minus Cj greater than equal to 0, the solution is optimum. The optimum solution is max Z equal to 1350 and x1 equal to 0, x2 is equal to 100, x3 is equal to 230. This is the solution of that given LPP by using the simplex method. Now we move to the another problem. Minimization problem. First we convert the minimization problem to the maximization problem. Then we start the calculation. Solve the following LPP by using the simplex method. Mean Z is equal to x1 minus 3x2 plus x3. Subject to 3x1 minus x2 plus 2x3 less than equal to 7 minus 2x1 plus 4x2 less than equal to 12 minus 4x1 plus 3x2 plus 8x3 less than equal to 10. x1, x2, x3 greater than 0. So these three constants is there. That is the inequation, objective function, and these are the non-negativity restrictions. First we convert the minimization objective function to the maximization problem. Since the given objective function is of the minimization, we would like to convert it into the maximization. Mean Z is equal to minus of maximum minus Z. We can write it minus of maximum Z star. Now maximum Z star equal to, this is the minus Z, so minus x1 plus 3x2 minus 2x3. Subject to the constant, whatever is given is there, that is the same. Now, what we have to do, we have to introduce S1 is surplus, is slack variable greater than 0, greater than equal to 0, S2 for the second constant and S3 for the third constant. So we are introducing S1 slack variable greater than equal to 0, slack variable S2 greater than equal to 0 for the second constant, and S3 slack variable greater than equal to 0 for the third constant. Then we are converting this LPP to the standard form. As usual procedure, we done it. That is we have the 3 variables and 3 slack variables. That means all total we have the 6 variables. So first, to find out the initial basic feasible solution, let us consider x1, x2, x3 equal to 0. Then what we will get? S1 is equal to 7, S2 is equal to 12, and S3 is equal to 10. That is our the initial basic feasible solution. What are the things we have to do that we done in the objective function? 0 into S1 plus 0 into S2 plus 0 into S3. as usual, and x1, x2, x3, s1, s2, s3 all are greater than equal to 0. Initial basic feasible solution is s1 is equal to 7, s2 is equal to 12, s3 is equal to 10. We start with that in our the simplex table. So according to this, we make our the first simplex table or iterative table. This is our the first simplex table. These are the coefficient from the 3 equations and the 6 variable. 7, 12 and 10 is the right hand side, that is we are denoting as the xb. cb, that means the basis, whatever the basic variable in the basis, s1, s2, s3, s1, s2, s3, coefficient of s1, s2, s3 in the objective function 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. From that we have to calculate first the z value, then we have to calculate the zj minus cj as usual way we learned. Now first, if we calculate in the previous table, it will be clumsy, and to understand the things, it will be not clear. So if we calculate in the next table, it will be more clear to you. First we calculate the zj. I already told, if it is not the artificial variable problem, first case all zj will be 0 in the first table. All zj is 0. Now zj minus cj. 0 minus of minus 1, that means this is 1. 0 minus 3, this is minus 3. 0 minus of minus 2, that means it is 2. 0 minus 0, 0, 0 minus 0, 0, 0 minus 0 is 0. And 0 into all this xb we are getting, this is 0. So in the first iterative table, z value is 0. It would be improved in the next iteration to the next iteration, unless until we get the optimum table. Unless until we get the optimum table. Since all zj minus cj are not greater than equal to 0, here only one zj minus cj is less than 0. So this is only the one entry. So our key column minus 3 corresponding to the our non-basic variable x2. So x2 non-basic variable to be entered into the basic variable. From that we have to check which one to be departing from the basic variable. We got the key column corresponding to the minus 3, that is x2 is our the entering variable. And from that we have, since this is minus 1, this entry is A12. A12 is the negative, so you cannot find the ratio with respect to that. So this is not any entry is there. So 12 by 4 equal to 3, and 10 by 3 is equal to, right, we can 3.33. So comparing 3 and 3.33, 3 is minimum, we are writing in the minimum. That's why S2 is departing variable, S2 corresponding to the second row. That's why this is the key row. This is key row, and second column is also our the corresponding to the x2 is our the key column. Intersection of that 4 is our the key element. So next table, all the elements of the second row divided by the 4, we will get, this will be 1, and all the elements in the key column will be 0. That means this will be 0, this will be 0, and this will be converted to the unity. This will be minus half, this will be 0, this will be 0, this will be 1 by 4, and this will be the 3. And from, by using the formula, we can calculate it. 7 will be 7 minus corresponding value in the key column minus 1, and corresponding value in the key row. So 7 minus of minus, that means it will be plus 12 by 4, 3. So this element will be the 10. Minus of minus, minus of minus 1 into 12 divided by 4, we will get the 3. So 7 plus 3, it would be 10. And for this, if we calculate corresponding element in the key column 3, 10 minus 3 into 12 divided by 4, that means we will get the 9. 10 minus 9, so this will be 1. So like that, we have to calculate the all other element. I shown in the table, few calculations is there. Then we will get the next table for the next iteration. Whatever said that are written here, since Z2 minus C2 is going to minus 3 is the most negative, corresponding the non-basic variable x3. No, not the x3, this should be the x2. This variable is the x2. This x2 entries in the basis. The column corresponding to this x2 is called the key column. To find the ratio, we already discussed. So we can move to the leading element is J22. It is converted to the unit, and all other elements corresponding to this column will be 0. These are the calculation. Few calculations is that A11 will be 3 minus. If we check it, A11 and A31, check it. A11, 3. This 3. So 3 minus corresponding element is minus 1. This 2. That means it is positive. 3 minus half. That means 5 by 8. This is minus 4. 3 into 3 into minus 2, minus of, that means plus, and this is the minus 4, and divided by 4, that means 3 by 2. We will get minus 5 by 2. This will be 5 by 2 and this will be minus 5 by 2. See, 5 by 2 and this is minus 5 by 2. And these two calculations I already explained. Always we have to remember this formula: new value equal to old value minus the corresponding element with respect to that element in the key column, and corresponding element of that element in the key row divided by key element. This is our the new table. That is the more iteration is that this is our the new table. 5 by 2 minus half minus 5 by 2 minus 3 by 2, that is our the Z value in this case. So first we calculate the elements from the previous table, then we calculate the ZJ, then we calculate the ZJ minus CJ. So all the calculation is done here, all the elements, by using the formula new value is equal to old value minus that formula. This calculation I already shown, this 3. Now from that what we will get, S2 is replaced by the X2, that S2 is replaced by X2, and what is the coefficient of the X2 is 3, that 3 is there. Now with the help of that we have to calculate the ZJ calculation values are here, and ZJ minus CJ. So minus 3 by 2 minus of 1 means plus 1. We will get the minus of. And all other entries are the 0 in this table. All entries ZJ minus CJ are not greater than equal to 0. So this is not our the optimum table. Where is the negative value is there? ZJ minus CJ, only one entry is there. Minus half, it is corresponding to the X1. So X1 is our the non-basic to basic, That means it is entering into the basic variable. That means x1 right now is non-basic, it is entering into the basic variable. From that we have to find out which one to be departing variable, and corresponding row will be the key row. See here all the elements is negative corresponding to the x2 and s3. So we cannot use these two elements for finding the ratio. Only one element is left. So 10 by 5 by 2 is equal to 4. So this is our the key row. Only one row is left. And other row we cannot calculate by use for finding the ratio, because both elements are the negative. So first row is our the key row, and departing variable is S1 and X1 is entered. So next table we find out S1 is replaced by X1, and all the elements of the first row dividing by the 5 by 2. So all values will be changed by dividing the 5 by 2, and 5 by 2 will be transformed to the unity 1, and these two values will be 0. Blindly we can say. Now S1 corresponding to the S1 will be, intersection will be 1 and all other elements will be 0. X2 corresponding to the X2, intersection of X2 and X2 will be 1 and all other elements in that column will be 0. No need to calculation is there. Blindly we can put this intersection of this variable. Which one is the basis? We can check it. X2, X2 crossing. This is of the cross element. That should be the 1, and others element in that column will be 0. And S3, check it, the S3, this will be 1 and all other elements will be 0 in the next table. In the next table, we have to again calculate Zj minus Cj and all the values of this. So in the next table, this will be the 4, and this value will be changed. This value will be changed according to applying our the formula. Whatever said, that is there, that is written in language, whatever I said. This is Z2, C2, Z1, that should be the Z1 minus. This is Z1 minus C1, this should be the Z1 minus C1. This is the calculation, it is shown here. Now this is the new value of the XB 4, 5 and 11. New value of the 4, 5 and 11. Now here 15. What is the Z value? 3 into 5 is the 15 and minus 4. This is the Z value is 11. It is improved from the previous value. What was the previous value? 9. 9 to it is improved to 11. These are the values we are calculating by using the, this is the by dividing, and all we are calculating by using the formula. So these are the entries in this table. We have to calculate each and every element except the column corresponding to the basic variable. X1, this column, this will be 1, no calculation. X2, this will be 1, no calculation. And S3, what is the S3? S3, this should be the 1 and this will be the 0. Something wrong is there. S3 in the basis, so S3, this will be the 1 and this 2 will be the 0 in this case. That I have to check. Now from this, if we calculate, we will get Zj is minus 1 and minus of minus 1 is 0. We will get all Zj minus Cj is greater than 0. greater than equal to 0, no one is the negative. So this table is our the optimum table, because see, this is 1 and this 2 is 0. From that we'll get 0, 0 and 0. That's why this is the 0. Due to some mistake and copy, it should not be. This is 1, this is 0. So after multiplying, minus 1 into 0 is 0, 3 into 0 is 0, and 0 into 1 is 0. That's why it is 0, 0 minus 0 is 0 in this case. And all other entries is the okay. Now Zj, from Zj to Zj minus Cj, all Zj minus Cj is greater than equal to 0. Few entries is 0 and few are greater than 0. So this is our the optimum table. And what is the optimum value? This is the optimum value is 11 for our the sub problem, not for the main problem. We converted the minimization problem to the maximization problem. So this value 11 is the maximum value of our the sub problem, a new problem we can say. And what is our the solution? X1 equal to 4, X2 equal to 5, and X3 equal to 0. Now from that we have to convert it this value to our the minimization value. Since all Zj minus Cj greater than equal to 0, the solution is optimum. The optimum solution is max Z is equal to 11 and x1 is equal to 4, x2 is equal to 5, x3 is equal to 0. But our original problem is minimum Z. So minimum Z is equal to minimum of maximum of minus Z is equal to minus of max Z is equal to minus 11. So this is our the optimum value, that mean Z equal to minus 11, and optimum solution is, we can write mean Z is equal to minus 11, x1 equal to 4, x2 is equal to 5, and x3 is equal to 0. Next class, that is our the lecture 8. We learn the artificial variable techniques, that is known as the penalty cost method, also known as the Charnes-Begem method. But we learn if the constant is greater than equal to type, then we have to use this artificial variable method, that is known as the artificial variable technique, or it is also sometimes known as the penalty cost method, or sometimes it is known as the Begem or Charnes-Begem method. So today is enough for this.